No child wants to talk sex toys with their mom. So all you have to do is tell her to watch this at midnight on BET, and we're going to take care of that. Okay? Very well. Good luck. Okay. How you doing?
How you doing, Wendy?
Good.
My name is Evie, and my question for you is, I've been dating someone for 8 months now, and I've been divorced for 4 years, have 2 girls. He's got 2 girls. We all get along, but my parents, and I love my mother dearly, is all over my business. She doesn't want to meet him. She thinks it's too soon to even meet him, like bring him around family or whatever.
Yeah.
We want to get married. And I
don't want to be a cornball, but I'm down with your parents. It's too soon. How old are your girls?
17 and 8.
And, okay. And how old are his girls?
21 and 17.
I mean, this all sounds ideal, but honestly, and I know that you're a woman of a particular age, 8 months is too soon to get married to anybody. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I know,
All right. Good luck. Celebrity Said What is next.
Spring style is in full bloom at the JCPenney Super Saturday Sale.
I get what I want when I feel this good, when I look so pretty.
Hurry in and get $10 off when you spend $25 or more with coupon.
Bang, bang, boom, don't you love the way I bloom?
JCPenney. When it fits, you feel it.
Closed captioning is provided by
Marie Callender's knows dinner tastes better when it's homemade, like chicken blanketed in golden breadcrumbs and wholesome sides with her signature touches. Marie Callender's.
He may have discovered the secret to eternal life, intends to live forever, and the only one who wants to find him more than the FBI is Red.
Dr. Powell, let's go for a ride.
The Blacklist, all new tonight after Dateline, here on NBC. From the producers of the Bible,
we are fishermen, not fighters,
comes the epic next chapter of the greatest story ever told. AD, The Bible continues. Easter Sunday, April 5th, here on NBC.
We've got a male, 30 to 35, stranded at the bus stop. Medium build, pretty eyes. I'm going to make contact. Hi!
Hey.
Let's get you a vehicle.
Oh, no, I can't afford a car.
Drive Time's new low price cancel anytime lease says yes, you can. I say drive, you say time. Drive! No, I say drive, you say time. Drive! I say drive, you say drive. Stop it.
Save yourself. Everyone drives with a cancel anytime lease, only at Drive Time. Call, click, or visit.
Right now, you can help people get back their lives. Care for those who need a helping hand to get back on their feet. Because right now at South University, you can earn your Associate of Science degree as an occupational therapy assistant. Right now, our faculty can prepare you with the skills and knowledge you need to serve those in need. Learn more about how you can change your world, our world, for the better. Call or visit us online. Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
I'm Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Many people inform us that they often get flooded with unsolicited phone calls after a car accident. I believe that being well informed about who you hire for your legal needs should be the #1 priority. At Anajar and Levine, we invite you to research our firm. Ask about our credentials. Empowering and educating our clients is our mission. For responsive legal help, call 1-800-747-FREE for a consultation.
Welcome back. You know, celebrities say the craziest things, so it's time to play Celebrity Said What? Let's meet our player. What's your name? Where are you from?
Hi, I'm Liz from Brooklyn. How you doing?
All right, Liz. Welcome to the show. All right, I'm going to give you the quote, and you have to guess which celebrity, and if you do it right, then we're going to give you a prize. Oh. All right. The lifelong ambition I still want to fulfill is to go on a dream date with Drake and only kiss him.
Ooh, I like Drake.
Is it Madonna, Keke Palmer, or Katy Perry? Who said that?
I think Madonna.
Yes!
Something like that.
Congratulations! You, my dear, are going home with a certificate for the Candy of the Month Club. It's delicious. I'm a member, too.
Ooh, I love it.
Welcome to the club. And we'll be right back. Nice job.
Let's give it up for street ball. Let's give it up for 9 lives. Let's give it up for 25 and a 25. Complete stops and Miss Jenkins at 83 years young. Let's give it up for checks in our mailboxes and safer streets in our community. The Allstate Safe Driving Bonus Check. Get one every 6 months, you're accident free.
Thank you. Sure.
Let's give it up for good.
Stand by, cameras and lights. Places, please.
It's a Storm Team 5 weather alert day when the strongest storms are going to be here. Plus, want to see millions of dollars on the water? You can at the West Palm Beach Boat Show. We'll take you on board the largest one today on WPTV News Channel 5 at 5.
RVs, and more RVs. Starting Thursday, make the deal of a lifetime during the Avenue Viera RV Show. Prices slashed on a huge selection of new and used motorhomes, travel trailers, and fifth wheels. Free admission, free parking. The Avenue Viera RV Show in Viera starting this Thursday.
Tomorrow, DreamWorks Home is where the fun is. Home is where the party is.
Is it time to pick it up a level?
Yes! And home is where the heart is.
Group hug! Oh, big deal.
DreamWorks Home, rated PG, tomorrow.
It's really traumatic, and especially at my age, to be in a car accident, it is horrifying. It really is. When you're in a car accident, you're not a whole person anymore, and Gordon and Donna made me whole. As an educator, we communicate, and with Gordon and Donna, they did educate me and let me know exactly what was going to happen all through the process. They pieced my life back together, and it was the best decision, really, that I've made.
Gordon and Donna, for the injured.
I'm just looking at my watch, and you should too. Not mine, yours. Because the Rooms To Go anniversary sale ends on Tuesday, and time is ticking away. Your window to get those amazing anniversary price breaks is closing. Then it's goodbye special bonus buys and anniversary savings on great-looking furniture, including Cindy Crawford Home and the Sofia Vergara collection. So long, incredible low interest-free monthly payments, so don't waste time. Shop the Rooms To Go anniversary sale before it ends Tuesday, March 31st. Seriously.
At La Mesa RV, we have the right RV at the right price right now. Like this new Fleetwood Discovery diesel pusher discounted over $99,000. Massive selection, everyday low prices, only at La Mesa RV of Port St. Lucie.
I work with crazy people too, by the way. Everybody, I want to thank Regina King for stopping by, my co-host, my studio audience, my partners in crime. I love you for watching, and I'll see you next time on Wendy. Bye-bye.
You need to know what's happening right now. The only local chopper getting you breaking news first. Steve Weagle, tracking and alerting you before the storm moves in. Local news everywhere. WPTV News Channel 5 at 5.
Sleek international style. With the welcome embrace of home. City Furniture presents Encore. Simple, clean shapes. Designed to adapt seamlessly to any environment. Just like you. Encore. Available today at City Furniture.
Taking into account the Euclidean theory of whole numbers, one can see a rationalization between the numbers themselves and the entity upon which the transvectoring factors occur. That is not to say that the transgental factoring is a factor of 1, but rather a sublimation of the factor of 1. Needless to say, this will be on the exam.
Thanks, dude. See you tomorrow.
Jimmy John's. Order online at jimmyjohns.com.
You're driving along and then it happens. You get hurt in a car accident.
After your accident, make it easy. Call Rubenstein Law. They handle the hassle so you don't have to.
I'm attorney Robert Rubenstein. Call me. I want to be your attorney.
Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
Get your News Channel 5 updates throughout the day on News Radio WJNO.
Today is a Storm Team 5 weather alert day. Storms are beginning to fire up across our area. Chief Meteorologist Steve Weigel tracking radar right at this moment. Speechless, that is the word of the day as airline and safety experts dissect the details of the Germanwings crash that we now know was not an accident. Plus, how could somebody do this? Puppies dumped on the side of the road. As many as 10 are still on the loose right here in our area. It's 4 o'clock in South Florida, and this is The Now. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Shannon Cake. Welcome to The Now, South Florida. It's a show that keeps you in the know. This is a weather alert day. We've had our eyes to the skies all afternoon.
Yes, and some real big storms are starting to fire up on the Treasure Coast, more than Palm Beach County, but we expect that it'll continue to move south into Palm Beach County through the afternoon. Here is a look outside this afternoon, and it looks absolutely gorgeous along the coastline of Palm Beach County. But we do have these strong storms that are marching across the area, moving very quickly through the Treasure Coast and around the lake. So that's why we declared a weather alert day. Also, there is a slight potential for severe weather as we get into 5 and 6 o'clock tonight as the storms continue to intensify. We do have some lightning out there. Here's a breakdown of what we can expect. Quick moving storms, lightning obviously with these, slight tornado risk, winds to 50 and 55 miles an hour possible, hail unlikely at this point, and flooding. There is a slight risk in some of these slow moving storms. You can see the heaviest rain is now working in through Stewart all the way back across the lake. Coastal Palm Beach County is quiet, but there are indications that this is really going to pop from 5 to about 7 o'clock tonight with some heavy rainfall. Here's a look at the rain back around Belglade all the way through Pahokee. Everything racing northeast at about 25 to 30 miles an hour. Lightning embedded in this storm here. Gusty winds moving over a very populated area through Harbor Ridge, back through Palm City, all the way back through Tradition. And this storm is moving into Jensen Beach, Hutchinson Island, Port St. Lucie in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Here's the timer for the storm tracker. Stewart through Sewell's Point, Port Salerno, Sailfish Point, right along Hutchinson Island and the Rio area in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Moving very, very quickly, this cell, gusty winds, heavy rainfall. Also, another strong cell moving into Yeehaw Junction along the Turnpike, and another one that is pushing through Fort Pierce and Lakewood Park. So a very busy day out there, a very tricky commute home, and that's part of the reason we declared this a weather alert day. We want everyone to be prepared for the weather that's moving in, and the expectation that more is on the way tomorrow too. We're going to talk more about that coming up, Shannon.
All right, Steve, we'll see you then. And right now, you're taking a live look at the Palm Beach International Boat Show. It opened today in downtown West Palm Beach. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, our Katie Johnson will join us with a live look at how the show is dealing with some of the weather Steve was just talking about. Also, what you need to know before you head down there this upcoming weekend. The video will make your heart melt and make you wonder, how could somebody do such a thing? The Martin County Sheriff's Office right now trying to figure out who dumped up to 22 dogs on the side of the road. They're still looking right now for more puppies out there. Our Brian Enton joining us live with details on this story. Brian?
Right now, abandoned dogs and puppies being brought here to the Palm City Humane Society after the Martin County Sheriff's Office says they were dumped out on Pratt Whitney Road near Trailside in rural Martin County. You see these poor little animals found on the side of the road. So far, they have rescued about 22 of them, but they say there are more out there hiding. They have set traps, and they are trying to get them all into safety. Sheriff's deputies telling me they are really disturbed by what they're finding out there on the side of the road. They think someone dumped these helpless dogs out there sometime overnight. They say they got the call after midnight from someone passing by on Pratt Whitney that they saw the dogs on the side of the road. Deputies responding and realizing this was a big problem, calling in support from animal control and trying to rescue as many of those dogs as they can. Right now, the big question, who would do this? Who would dump all of these dogs and puppies? The Sheriff's Office is asking for your help. If you know anything, make sure to call them. And also, they say these dogs will be available for adoption eventually after they are cleaned up and checked out by a vet here. We'll have much more coming up at 5. For now, for the Now South Florida, I'm Brian Enton.
Brian, thanks. We want to take you straight to New York right now, where we are getting reports. You can see Fire Department New York, they're on scene. We're getting reports of an explosion. This is in Manhattan in the East Village. If you're familiar with the geography of New York, Fire Department, they're on scene, as you can see. No immediate reports of injuries here, but apparently we're getting reports of some type of explosion. And apparently part of a building has collapsed. A 5-story building is what you're looking at here. This is 2nd Avenue and 7th Street. Once again, if you're familiar with New York, you can see a reporter, fire officials talking to reporters and trying to keep people from this scene. We're told that evacuations are well underway in this area. We're going to keep you posted on this story throughout the now here at 4 o'clock. And of course, we'll be carrying through our coverage through the 5 o'clock hour as well. Meanwhile, other big news today, the stunning development in the downed Germanwings Flight 9525 tragedy. A French prosecutor now today saying that the co-pilot apparently wanted to destroy the aircraft. Ryan Nobles has the latest on these new details and the investigation.
Dramatic details are emerging about the 28-year-old German co-pilot who officials believe purposely crashed Germanwings Flight 9525. Officials say Andres Lutbitz was alone at the controls when it plunged into the French Alps Tuesday, killing all 150 people on board, including 3 Americans. The French prosecutor leading the investigation says information from the aircraft's mangled cockpit voice recorder revealed that the captain left the cockpit, probably to use the restroom.
The most plausible, likely interpretation in our view is that the co-pilot, through deliberate abstention, refused to open the cabin door.
The prosecutor says he does not know if Lutbitz planned this in advance, saying only that he, quote, took advantage of the pilot leaving the cockpit to start the descent.
We can conclude that in all circumstances, it's deliberate.
At this point, officials say there's no reason to believe his motives were terrorism-related, and his name was not on any terror list. World leaders have been quick to react.
This is a tragedy. It is so difficult to understand.
Back at the crash site, investigators are combing through the debris for clues. They also want to find the plane's second black box, the flight data recorder. In Washington, I'm Ryan Nobles reporting.
We did talk to a local pilot today who has flown a similar kind of plane as that Germanwings plane that crashed. Coming up at 4:30, we're going to be talking with him about his experience inside the cockpit. We'll talk about that 2-person suggestion or rule that's largely followed by most airlines. In essence, it mandates that 2 people would be in the cockpit at all times. So we'll be talking to him about that. We'll also be talking to him about his take on this tragedy. Right now, 3 teenagers are facing charges accused of vandalizing Garden City School in Fort Pierce. Police say the 13, the 14, and 15-year-olds caused several $100s in damage, and you're looking at it right here. Officers say on Monday, these teenagers broke door handles, they spray-painted walls. A fire extinguisher was deployed inside a closet. A parent of one of these boys turned him into police. These 3 juveniles were charged with 1 count each of criminal mischief. 3rd graders in our state may no longer be held back for doing poorly on standardized testing. This week, a Senate panel agreed to suspend that policy until the state's new standardized test is independently validated. The state this year switched to a new test that replaced the Florida Comprehensive Assessment Test. Florida has been holding back 3rd graders who fail the main standardized test. They've been doing that since 1999. The daughter of former South African President Nelson Mandela is keeping her father's message alive. Dr. Maki Mandela says her father never forgot where he came from. Well, now she is partnering with a Florida foundation, and she's taking or transporting or bringing fresh water to rural parts of South Africa.
For me, it is important to know who you are authentically, to have those roots and be grounded somewhere.
Most influential. Mandela's in Boca Raton this weekend to speak at a fundraiser for this group, A Spring for Hope. That's the name of it. The foundation basically drills wells for water in South Africa. Coming up here on The Now, a horrible scene in Pasco County. A 12-year-old shoots his brothers, killing one, then turns the gun on himself. What deputies say led up to this tragedy. Then, eggs and arrest. A local suspected bank robber caught enjoying breakfast today. Police just sat down and joined him for a few minutes. Right now, the cleanup process begins after several tornadoes tragically ripped through Oklahoma. How homeowners are dealing with that mess left behind.
Find her is going green got $69,000 for this crash.
$235,000 for this accident.
Steiger turned this crash into $1.3 million.
If you've been injured in a car accident, how much can Steiger Isco and Green get you?
1-800-561-1111. Non-lawyer spokespersons.
Yup, it's all about the Washingtons. Look what your $2 gets you, baby. Loads of flavor and meat. Well, don't you have good taste? You see what I did?
Get Rallies and Checkers' new $2 chicken slider box. Our classic all-white meat crispy chicken slider. Or try it with Frank's Red Hot sauce topped with creamy ranch. Served with famous seasoned fries. All in one box. Just $2.
Your place or mine?
Rallies and Checkers.
It's in the bag.
America's Best Designer Sale is going on now. You get 2 pairs of glasses for $69.95, plus get a free eye exam. Hundreds of designer frames to choose from. Sofia Vergara, Project Runway, Darion, and more. The designer sale at America's Best. 2 pairs of glasses for $69.95 and a free eye exam. Hurry, sale ends soon. Call 1-800-2-PAIR or visit americasbest.com to schedule an appointment today. America's Best, the best prices in sight.
Growing your small business requires strategic marketing. WPTV is hosting a free small business marketing seminar on April 14th and 15th. Learn from experts what works and how to avoid costly mistakes. RSVP to smallbiz@WPTV.com.
The perfect car calls for the perfect price, and Lexus of Palm Beach has it. During the Command Performance event, lease a new 2015 GS350 or a new 2015 Lexus RX 350, $298 a month. That's the all-new GS350 or a new 2015 Lexus RX 350, $298 a month at Lexus of Palm Beach's Command Performance event. LexusofPalmBeach.com.
Watch the Honda Sports Desk for the latest local and national sports, powered by ESPN 106.3. Every night at 11, only on News Channel 5. Sponsored by the South Florida Honda Dealers. Visit sfhondadealers.com to find the dealer nearest you.
At the Press Journal, we cover local with the largest news operation in Indian River County. Stories affecting your life right now and those shaping your future for tomorrow. Our award-winning investigative staff covers breaking news and tackles the hard issues as well. The environment, education, crime, and politics. The Press Journal and tcpalm.com. We cover your backyard every day. In print and online, where you live, work, and play.
After Joseph's car accident, the insurance company only offered him a little money.
What did Joseph do?
He called Steiger, Isco, and Green.
And we got him over $435,000.
How much can Steiger, Isco, and Green get you?
1-800-561-1111. Non-lawyer spokespersons.
Welcome back, everyone, and this is a weather alert day for South Florida. Showers and thunderstorms, gusty winds to 50 and 55 miles an hour possible. Some torrential downpours, and there is a slight risk for flooding, street flooding, as we get into the afternoon. I want to show you this storm that's moving through a very populated area, Port St. Lucie, down through Jensen Beach, all the way back through Palm City and the Stewart area. Over 100 lightning strikes in the last few minutes with this one. It's racing northeast at almost 30 miles an hour. And here's a storm tracker on it. Watching this one closely because it has a punch to it. It's got obviously numerous lightning strikes. If you're in this storm, you know it's really booming out there. Very gusty winds. I expect it'll last about another 20 to 25 minutes before it moves off the coastline. But in the next few minutes, it is moving through this area of the Treasure Coast that has a lot of folks, a lot of residents here. So keep in mind, this is a big, big storm. No severe thunderstorm warnings at this point, but definitely some torrential downpours and some gusty winds. Another storm up around Yeehaw Junction. Watching the radar very closely, Shannon, and we'll keep you up to date if any severe weather develops. At this point, just strong storms through about 7 and 8 o'clock tonight.
Wow, what a mess leading into the 5 o'clock rush tonight. Steve, thanks for keeping us posted on that. Talk about a nice find here. The man suspected in yesterday's bank robbery in Martin County, he was arrested this morning while he was eating breakfast at a local diner. There he is. Deputies posted these pictures on their Facebook page. They sat down with him for a few minutes. The sheriff and these deputies pulled up a few chairs and allowed this man, 57-year-old Michael Navarro, to finish up a few bites before they finally arrested him. He's now facing bank robbery charges in connection with the robbery at that BB&T Bank on Salerno Road. With allergy season in full swing right now, you might find yourself looking for remedies, both traditional meds and homeopathic as well. Well, today the FDA called for a closer look at claims being made by homeopathic companies out there, things like Zicam and Cold-EEZE. These products are protected by federal law, but they're not accepted really by mainstream medicine quite yet. Similar to dietary supplements, homeopathic products are not required to prove that they're safe or effective before being sold on the market. But unlike supplements, these alternative medicines can claim that they're designed to treat specific medical conditions like the cold and flu. Will help you with your cold and flu, right? The FDA, bottom line, will be hosting a 2-day conference examining these claims and these products being made by homeopathic companies. It was a scary night for people living in Oklahoma. Several tornadoes touching down. Our Ann McNamara is live at the Now National Desk with what residents are really dealing with today. Ann?
Well, Shannon, right now it's a state of emergency declared in 25 counties in Oklahoma. Those big storms brought tornadoes and strong winds. The tornado killing one person as it swept through a mobile home park in Sand Springs. The governor making the declaration after touring an elementary school that suffered major damage in Moore, Oklahoma. You'll remember a tornado hit Moore, Oklahoma back in 2013, destroying 2 schools and killing 7 students. The governor today thanking first responders and people from the community who jumped in to help.
We've been down this road before. We know what to do, and I'm just very grateful that we have so many people that worked so hard over the night to make sure that people are safe.
And the work continues in Oklahoma. The insurance commissioner there saying 400 residents across the state affected by last night's storms. Back to you, Shannon.
And thanks. Right now, the Palm Beach International Boat Show is officially underway. Boating enthusiasts started filling the downtown area about noon today, and thousands more are expected to take a look this upcoming weekend. The Now's Katie Johnson also in the downtown waterfront right now to show us how much you can expect to pay if you plan on going to the boat show. What did you find out today, Katie?
We are on board the Moon Dancer right now. It's one of hundreds of boats found here at the Palm Beach International Boat Show. And I have to tell you right now, the weather is so much nicer than it was when the gates opened at 12. We had a little bit of rain here earlier today, which helped cool things down, but it was much hotter a little bit earlier on in the day. Check out some of these boats here that are just part of the Palm Beach International Boat Show. Tens of thousands of people are expected to show up here over the course of the next few days. And if you're one of them, make sure you bring some extra cash. Before you even go through the gates, you're going to have to park your car. Parking is pretty pricey around here right now, with some lots charging up to $30 for a spot. So make sure you have cash for that. Tickets at the gate are $20 each. For some, this may seem like a lot of cash to spend on one day of an event. We spoke to one guest who tells us why it may be worth the money.
If you're on a budget, I would say no. But if you're looking for a boat, or if you have a purpose to come, fishing gear, then yeah, then you know. But otherwise, you know, I'm sure there's better, cheaper things families can find to do.
So like he said, if you're shopping around for a boat, this is the perfect ticket price to pay. So you can check out all these boats here at the Palm Beach International Boat Show. If you want to maybe cut some costs, if you're coming out to the event, shop around for parking. We heard some people say they parked in some city garages today and weren't paying the hefty $20 or $30 parking fee. Or if you want, park your car at City Place and you can take a free trolley here to the downtown waterfront. Live in West Palm Beach, Katie Johnson for the Now, South Florida.
Katie, thanks. We're watching the weather very closely. You just had something come in.
Yep. There's new severe thunderstorm warning for central and northern St. Lucie County, and also extending all the way up through Lakewood Park and Fort Pierce. Here's a look at Live Viper 5 Max, and you can see the warned area. It's a polygon that is in orange there. So this severe thunderstorm warning continues until 4:45 this afternoon. This was a storm I was telling you just a few minutes ago had a real punch to it, and sure enough, we have this new warning that's been issued right along the coastline through the Barrier Islands, all the way back through 95 and the Turnpike. So this is going to include Tradition, St. Lucie West, Port St. Lucie, up around Lakewood Park, Fort Pierce, not quite into Vero Beach. The storm is moving very quickly northeast at about 25 to 30 miles an hour. Obviously, the lightning strikes are increasing. We're up into the hundreds, almost over 200 at one point a few minutes ago. So this is a tremendous storm. Winds to 50 and 55 miles an hour possible with this one, and localized street flooding is also possible. So we have this storm that we're watching with a severe thunderstorm warning until 4:45. We also have an additional cell that's moving over the lake, actually several, and very quiet through most of eastern Palm Beach County, but that is expected to change through the afternoon. We will start to see some rainfall fire up as we get into the commute for the evening. So tricky drive home for a lot of folks, and that's why we issued the weather alert day today. We wanted everyone to be aware that we had some wild weather on the way. We have another round tomorrow too, so we're going to talk about that coming up, Shannon.
All right, Steve, and the nice thing about this 4 o'clock newscast is any minute that Steve jumps out and says he's got something big to communicate, we can just break right in. So stay with us here at 4 o'clock. We're going to bring him in as needed. Well, we almost all deal with it at some point. We're talking about acne. Not very pleasant. How about acne on your back? Have you had that before? Coming up, our beauty expert tells us what we should be doing to get rid of it, and the one thing you should avoid altogether. Also, the high-tech way to teach your kids about being kind to Mother Nature.
Never take the insurance company's first offer.
Call Steiger Isco and Green.
We've gotten our clients 10, 20,
even 30 times more money than the insurance company's original offer. How much can Steiger Isco and Green get you?
1-800-561-1111. Non-lawyer spokespersons.
SMR indicator to helium.
And there they are, 57 million miles from Earth.
How does it look? Here I go. Roger.
Now he's exited the module, and we are one step from Mars.
1201.
Never miss a moment with UVerse Live TV on the go.
This is what you might find at their new car sale. And this is what you'll find at AutoNation. When it comes to sale prices, we don't clown around.
Save now during the AutoNation Savings Event. Get new Silverados up to $12,000 off MSRP. Or new Silverado Double Cab, $269 a month. Who you gonna call? AutoNation! AutoNation Chevy has 6 South Florida locations.
The fact is, most people paid less at AutoNation.
Hi, I'm Chef Jamie Watson for Springer Mountain Farms Chicken. To make a great dish, you've got to start with the best ingredients. That's why at my restaurant, I choose Springer Mountain Farms. Raised on family farms that are certified by the American Humane Association, you can taste the difference. Some of the best chefs in America are using Springer Mountain Farms chicken, and now you can too. So do what I and chefs everywhere are doing. Look for Springer Mountain Farms chicken at your favorite grocery store.
The 2015 Nissan Altima. 38 miles per gallon. Blind spot warning. Active understeer control and rear view monitor with moving object detection. Get into Nissan now.
Choose the 38 MPG Highway Altima, just $189 per month. Or lease the 40 MPG Highway Sentra, only $149 per month.
Get to Nissan now. Hurry. Event ends March 31st.
Shop ChooseNissan.com. Innovation that excites. For the first time ever, get 0 down and 0 interest until January 2018 at H.H. Gregg. Plus, save up to 25% off major appliances. Score a Maytag washer or dryer for $3.99 each. Plus, catch the action on a 65-inch LG LED TV for only $6.99. For the first time ever, 0 down payment and 0 interest until January 2018 at H.H. Gregg and hhgregg.com. Appliances, electronics, and furniture.
After Michael's crash, he called Steiger Isco and Green.
We got him $400,000.
Money in his pocket.
How much can Steiger Isco and Green get you?
1-800-561-1111. Non-lawyer spokespersons.
Back here on the Now South Florida, acne on your face, it's visible for everyone to see, but it doesn't only affect your face. In today's Beauty Beat segment, producer Maggie Ross shows us what we should use to get rid of it on our back.
Now that the days are longer and the humidity is going back up again, people are heading outside to do sports, running, and some people get acne on their back and their shoulders. Joanne Francis joining me now to tell us how to get rid of that.
Yes, and a lot of people don't talk about that much, but it is a big issue, especially with your kids and teens right now that are out playing, but adults get it too.
And it's embarrassing.
It is, and they want to cover up, but it's hot out. So what happens is our sebaceous glands, which are the oil glands, are actually attached to hair follicles. We have hair, even women, on the back and shoulders. So we're sweating. So it gets bacteria, it starts to build up, we get back acne.
Okay, so how do we get rid of it?
What you want to do is you want to wash right after sports.
Okay.
And you want to wash with something a little stronger than like a salicylic acid, like a benzoyl peroxide. So you want to get some kind of an acne cleanser that has a good benzoyl peroxide strength in it, and wash at least twice a day, but right after sports.
And what about like exfoliating with loofah or something? Would that help?
Great question. If you actually have active pimples, you don't want to scrub it because it'll break them open and spread the bacteria.
So picking is bad, right?
Picking is bad. It'll leave scars.
Okay.
No picking.
No picking. All right, great. Thank you. For Joanne Francis, I'm Maggie Ross with today's Beauty Beat.
Thanks so much. We appreciate it. We're here in the newsroom with 5 o'clock anchor Kelly Dunn, and you've been following this thing out of New York.
Exactly.
Closely.
Oh my gosh, that just happened within the last hour. So we know it's in the East Village of New York City. A 7-alarm fire now. We understand at this point 3 people in critical condition. Apparently there was some sort of explosion and massive fire. More than 200 emergency responders are on the scene, and we are keeping an update now on the feeds with NBC. We'll have much more coming up in the news beginning at 5 o'clock.
Any word on injuries yet? We're not sure.
Only, as far as we've seen right now, 3 critical.
3, okay.
But I've seen some people coming out on stretchers. I don't know the total number. And they said possibly firefighters could be among those who are hurt.
Wow.
So
did you just say that? I'm sorry. They were handing me something else. Did you just say it?
I don't know. I was reading it myself. So
Thank you.
There's a lot of new information coming in on this. We'll keep you posted.
It's been a busy news day.
Yes.
Kelly, thanks. We'll see you at 5. Still ahead on the Now.
Dad, what do you think about this traffic?
It's awful.
Forget the traffic nightmare when you're picking up your children from school. One dad has figured out a way to get rid of those traffic headaches. Looking forward to that. Also, we've been telling you about this weather alert day. Steve Weigel, very busy at the moment in the Weather Center, tracking it all for you. And these are live pictures coming to us actually right now. Our photojournalist Eric Pasquarelli on the roads of Fort Pierce, bringing us these pictures. Steve is up next with a breakdown.
Tire Kingdom Spring Savings Event. Buy 4 select in-stock tires. Get $100 off instantly. Goodyear, Continental, all the top brands. Buy 4 tires, get $100 off. Tire Kingdom Service Centers.
You gotta put those new shoes on,
It's the Ross Spring Shoe Event. The brands and styles you love at huge savings. Like these, $30 elsewhere. At Ross, they're less than $14.
Put those new shoes on.
Honda's the only company ever to win both the Indy 500
and a Supercross Racing Championship.
They were also the first to come up with this, the Honda Dream Garage Sales Event, where you can get great deals on almost everything Honda makes, including the sporty Civic, named Best Value in its class. Get great deals on Civics right now.
The Honda Dream Garage Sales Event. Get a dream deal on a Civic with standard rear view camera. Now, at your Honda dealer.
At Troy-Bilt, the dirt on your hands is the reason for the grease on ours. Your attention to detail sharpens our focus. And your need to finish what you start pushes us to do the same. You inspire us to design, test, and build the most rugged and reliable equipment we possibly can. That's why Troy-Bilt is built for life. Introducing the Mustang Pivot Zero Turn, our fastest, most efficient riding mower yet.
It's all about the Washingtons. Look what your $2 gets you, baby. Loads of flavor and meat.
Rallies and Checkers' new $2 chicken slider box. Our classic chicken slider or tried buffalo style. Box with fries for $2. Rallies and Checkers.
It's in the bag.
Why are all these people so asleep? Yet I'm so awake.
Did you know your brain has 2 systems? One helps keep you awake. The other helps you sleep. Science suggests when you have insomnia, the wake system in your brain may be too strong, and your neurotransmitters remain too active as you try to sleep, which could be leading to your insomnia.
Oh, maybe that's what's preventing me from getting the sleep I need.
Talk to your doctor about ways to manage your insomnia.
When you set out to find new roads, you pioneer connectivity, champion efficiency, elevate form, reinvent a category. And you attract a lot of attention. Chevrolet, the most awarded car company over the last year.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 72 months plus $1,000 purchase bonus cash on this 2015 Cruze.
Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
You gotta put those new shoes on,
It's the Ross Spring Shoe Event. The top brands for the whole family at huge savings. Like these, $25 elsewhere, but they're less than $14 at the Ross Spring Shoe Event.
It is a Storm Team 5 weather alert day, and things are really heating up on radar.
Yeah, on the Treasure Coast, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning. That is in Indian River County and Brevard County, so that'll continue until 5:30 this afternoon. Here's a look at some live pictures coming out of the Fort Pierce area as we drive up what I believe is US 1. This is some of the hardest hit area from about Port St. Lucie into Fort Pierce. There's another warning for that area that continues into the late afternoon, actually until 4:45. So we have another 15 minutes for that warning before it tapers off. Look at just drive slow if you have to head out. Here are the warned areas. There are 2 of them at this point. Severe thunderstorm warning. That's from Port St. Lucie, Jensen Beach, Arroyo, all the way up through Hutchison Island into the Fort Pierce and Lakewood Park area. From this storm cell that's moving off the coast, it's starting to improve a little. There's another weaker cell moving into the PJ Village and Tradition area. Everything is moving about 25 to 30 miles an hour. Also a very strong cell over Stewart too. Gusty winds to 45, 55 miles an hour. Also torrential downpours, localized street flooding is possible with these. And here's our new severe thunderstorm warning that includes the Fellsmere area, this polygon right here. Most of it is through Brevard County, not quite into Sebastian. There's 95, or there's the 95, there's the turnpike there. This one is also moving very quickly. So expect heavy rainfall, strong gusty winds, lots of lightning with these too. That Port St. Lucie cell had over 200 lightning strikes in a very short period of time. Also more heavy rainfall down around Belglade and Pahokee, and of course the Treasure Coast. That's that whole line that extends from the beaches all the way back through the lake area. Palm Beach County, eastern Palm Beach County is very quiet, but that is expected to change as we head into the late afternoon with all this heat and humidity really firing up. So that's why we've issued a weather alert day. Here's a breakdown. Numerous lightning strikes, slight tornado risks. There's not a lot of shear going on, so I don't think that's a big risk. Wind gusts will be tremendous. Hail unlikely at this point, and flooding, street flooding is possible too. We'll keep you up to date, Shannon. We may see some more warnings issued through the afternoon, and another big day headed our way Friday too.
All right, we'll break in as needed. Thanks, Steve. We now know the name of the 3rd American killed in that Germanwings flight 9525. The State Department just a little while ago said that Robert Oliver, that was his name, was a passenger on board the plane as well. Officials haven't given us any more information about Mr. Oliver. Yesterday, we did find out that Yvonne Selke and her daughter Emily, also Americans, they were identified as passengers as well. Both of them were from Virginia. This morning, a French prosecutor said that the plane's co-pilot intentionally brought down that plane. This after he allegedly locked out the pilot from the cockpit. The Now's Tanya Rogers talked with a local pilot who has experience flying an Airbus 320. That's what this Germanwings plane was. And he's talking to us today about cockpit protocol when he is flying these planes.
Joining us today is local pilot George Lawassis to talk about what is the security protocol when you need to go to the restroom, because you fly a 737.
That's correct.
You said the cockpit is similar to the A320. Right. Tell me about what the protocol is.
Generally, to get out to go to the restroom, we chime in to the flight attendant, let them know we're coming out. We are allowed by regulation to do that, to go outside and take care of whatever need we have. To come back in, and anyway, before we leave, the pilot that stays in the airplane, flying the aircraft, gets a full brief as to the condition of the airplane. If the other pilot is flying, he'll explain to them the situation of the autopilot, you know, where we're going, what altitude we're at, and there'll be a transfer of controls, positive transfer of controls. And then, you know, we go out. When we come back in, most airlines have a certain code, not type of knock, or they call up and say, hey, we're coming in. They'll knock on the door, and we'll let them in from the inside. There's a latch that we have that unlocks the door, so we don't have to get up and unlock it ourselves.
So usually there are 2 people who are inside the cockpit.
There's the 2 pilots. On the most part, when one pilot leaves, the other pilot is in by himself.
So that does happen where
they're
in by themselves.
Yes,
do you think something like this that happened with a crash, do you think that this will have airlines rethinking, should there be 2 people at all times, whether it's a pilot and a flight attendant or both pilots? Do you think they'll rethink that?
I would say so. I would say more so than hopefully psychological testing. I think, you know, most people that fly airliners are pretty sound people. So I would say that they'll change their protocol to have a combination of folks in there when someone steps out.
You said, though, but some airlines are different from others, because there may be some airlines who actually do have the protocol that you need to have 2 people in there.
There may be. I'm not sure which is, which does that practice. I know that ones that I've flown for in the past do not do that, so we usually just leave with the pilot up there by himself.
And we should say that you do fly out of Miami, so you do fly all over the country.
Yep, all over the country and just about all over the world. Our company I work for now is worldwide.
One more thing, what's your reaction when you first heard about this? And now that you're seeing all of these other developments now come out about what happened, that the pilot intentionally let the plane go down, what's your reaction as a pilot?
It's very sad to see that possibly this could be what they're saying it could be, that a pilot would take his own life and the life of many others. It's very sad to see, pilots get to that point in their life. Any accident is sad, and certainly this one it carries a whole deeper sadness to it, deeper value.
All right. Thank you for joining us today. Thanks. Back to you, Shannon.
Tanya, thanks, and much more on this Germanwings story coming up on News Channel 5 beginning at 5. Just such a disturbing tragedy. An app called Pick My Kid can help solve some traffic nightmares. Any driver who has to pass a school during drop-off or pickup knows what a real pain that can be. But a Florida dad, Pat Bahava, is getting those lines moving nationwide with a new app he's come up with. The Pick My Kid app is making the process easier with technology that tracks students through a GPS geo bubble created for each school.
The teacher actually sees a visual representation of the line without walkie-talkies, without yelling, screaming. Kids are ready.
Parents register via smartphone or Android, and teachers use iPads. Whether it's a bus, a carpool, single-car drop-off, a simple swipe of this iPad and the teacher knows which child is next in line. They are checked in. They create immediate accountability. The app then pings an alert to the school and the parents on the child's exact whereabouts throughout the day. And then, of course, with the pickup time, they do it all in reverse. Pretty neat. A West Palm Beach-based company has figured out a fun way to use technology to teach children how to be eco-friendly. We sent the Now's digital producer Rachel Lado to the beach today to show us how to be an eco-star.
America has over 95,000 miles of shoreline, and keeping it clean is a really tough job. But believe it or not, there's an app for that.
Did you know sometimes I find trash on the beach? Did you know that sometimes? My dad and me pick it up.
Pick it up, and what do we do with it?
Put it in the garbage. Of course.
Autumn, who's only 4 years old, has learned through playing the EcoStars game app how to take care of our planet.
EcoStars focuses on teaching kids basic common sense values about the environment, being kind to the environment, being kind to animals.
Sar Perlman and his sister Shelly Perlman noticed a lack of brands focusing on the environment, so the writer and illustrator put their skills together to develop the EcoStars, a team of 4 characters working to keep the beach clean.
You have to basically drive on the beach and catch these polluters that come out and they throw garbage on the beach. And before they run out, you have to catch them. And you also have to collect the garbage before your battery runs out.
There's no any polluters.
Kids can rack up bonus points.
What? 50 more points?
Pick up fun gadgets, but more importantly, pick up eco-friendly values like turning off the lights and closing the door to the refrigerator.
I think kids, I hope, would take away that if they do all the small actions, and everybody else does it as well, we'll have a big impact on this planet.
And Autumn is proof the game app is a fun way to learn how to be an eco-star.
We got the polluter. I don't want to stop.
The EcoStars app has only been in the Apple App Store for less than a month and has already been downloaded over 3,000 times. Now, if you want to learn more about the app, you can actually meet Sar and Shelly coming up at the Florida Earth Festival in Boca Raton, April 18th and 19th, or of course, head over to our Facebook page. I'm Rachel Lato for the Now South Florida.
It's a great idea, Rachel, with that technology. My children actually wanted to host a birthday party, a beach cleanup birthday party, after seeing stuff like this. Rachel, thanks for that. Still following this, the breaking news out of New York City right now. A 7-alarm fire at the moment in Manhattan. We are all over this. We're going to have a live update coming up in just 3 minutes.
Cell phones and texting cause 1 in every 5 accidents. In the time it takes to text LOL, you could end up DOA. Texting and driving can get you killed. Let's get that message out. The attorneys of Cersei Denny, taking time to care.
The road, it can bring out the worst in people. But the M-Class scans for danger, corrects for lane drifting, And if necessary, it will even break all by itself. It is a luxury SUV engineered to get you there and back safely. For tomorrow is another fight. The 2015 M-Class. See your authorized dealer for exceptional offers through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services.
Daly and Vincent, the rock stars of bluegrass, performing live in concert.
Daly was a hard-working, still-driving man, working on the railway.
Don't miss the 3-time Grammy nominees and 3-time Entertainers of the Year, Daly and Vincent, at the Four Arts Theater, Gubelman Auditorium, April 12th. Tickets available now. Proudly supported by Springer Mountain Farms, fresh chicken, a healthier choice for dinner tonight.
Mercedes-Benz of Palm Beach, where hospitality and friendly service is a family tradition. Right now, lease the CLA 250C for just $329 per month, the all-new GLA 250 4MATIC SUV for $369 per month, or the 2015 C300 for just $399 per month. We're proud to serve the Palm Beaches and invite you to visit Mercedes-Benz of Palm Beach.
Every morning, this is local news everywhere. Mornings on WPTV News Channel 5.
Hi, it's the Mo and Sally Morning Show from Cool 105.5. Get WPTV News Channel 5 weather updates from Steve Weagle and Storm Team 5 every hour during your workday.
News Channel 5 and Cool 105.5, keeping you safe and secure.
This is what you might find at their new car sale. And this is what you'll find at AutoNation. When it comes to sale prices, we don't clown around.
Save now during the AutoNation Savings Event. Get a brand new 2015 Cadillac ATS, $329 a month. Or a new Cadillac SRX, $359 a month. Who you gonna call? AutoNation! AutoNation Cadillac, West Palm Beach.
The fact is, most people paid less at AutoNation.
Growing your small business requires strategic marketing. WPTV is hosting a free small business marketing seminar on April 14th and 15th. Learn from experts what works and how to avoid costly mistakes. RSVP to smallbiz@WPTV.com.
Need a new mattress? El Dorado has Florida's largest selection.
Breaking news in New York City here at the Now National Desk. There is a 7-alarm fire, 2 people in critical condition. This is in the East Village. Let's take a look at some video from earlier. This flame's absolutely huge. Just 2nd Avenue and 7th Street. Look at that. Coming out of every single window in the building. This apartment building then collapsed, possibly even exploding. That's what the reports are saying right now. There's also this talk that perhaps it was caused by a gas leak. That's still under investigation. Again, 2 in critical condition, at least 6 people injured. The fire response just huge. And if we can go to some pictures that are also coming in, different perspective for you, you can also see just how far away you can see this type of smoke. It is absolutely enormous. 25 units called to the scene, 100 different firefighters, and this can be seen from all angles of the city. Also, hundreds of people just gathering nearby to try and see what is all the commotion about. The fire seemed to have been out, then it sparked back up, so we are continuing to watch this. Let's see if we can pick up this live picture for you. This is what it looks like right now. Firefighters still spraying the water all over the apartment building. Again, it has collapsed. People are thinking it's probably a total loss, but that has not been confirmed by officials just yet. We'll continue to watch this one for you, Shannon.
All right, I want to break it down. We're getting reports of wind damage and also street flooding. Wind damage reported in Whispering Pines in Port St. Lucie. Small hail reported in the last half hour. That would be around the River Park area of Port St. Lucie. Wind damage also Tanglewood Mobile Home Park. That's off Weatherby Road in the Fort Pierce, Port St. Lucie area. And street flooding. We have a reporter on the scene in the area of Fort Pierce reporting street flooding. And we're going to give you an update on that as we get a connection with that reporter up on the Treasure Coast. Very strong thunderstorms. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning that continues for Indian River County. We actually have 2. Here's the first right here on Live Viper 5 Max. That is for Port St. Lucie and the Fort Pierce area. That goes for the next about 4 to 5 minutes. It is expected to be discontinued at 4:45 p.m. You can see more rain though working through that area. A little farther north into Indian River County, northern Indian River County, including Fellsmere. This polygon here right into Brevard County. That severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until 5:30 this afternoon. Gusty winds to 55 miles an hour possible. Also some heavy rainfall. Now you're sitting in coastal Palm Beach County and you're wondering, are we going to get rain? Yes, it is starting to develop around Belle Glade and will continue to move toward the coastline during the afternoon. So here's a breakdown for this weather alert day on what we can expect as far as rainfall amounts, and with the hail being reported in Port St. Lucie, small hail, dime-sized hail is still possible. Numerous lightning strikes, gusty winds to 55 miles an hour, and a slight flood risk. Of course, we've had some street flooding reported already in the Port St. Lucie area and Fort Pierce. More on the way, Shannon, through about 7 and 8 o'clock tonight. So it's not quite done yet, and another round of storms moving into our area tomorrow, too.
And Steve, we've scrambled our crews, as I mentioned earlier, being your eyes and ears in Fort Pierce. On the ground there for us now, our Jason Hackett has arrived on scene, where apparently, as Steve mentioned, a lot of wind up there. Apparently a tree has fallen on a house. Let's go to Jason, standing by with some flooding and apparently this damage as well. Jason?
Killed. Hey guys, it's a very active and ongoing situation out here. We are in the Whispering Pines neighborhood here in Fort Pierce. As you can see in front of me, there is an MRAP, some sort of mine-resistant vehicle. It's trying to help out this house. You can see right here, a tree has basically landed on top of the house. We're told by neighbors that there are people trapped inside right now. You have police, you have fire rescue, you have all kinds of officials out here trying to remove this tree from this house. Again, we were told that people are inside. You have a crowd of people out here watching the situation. It's very, very somewhat chaotic out here as the rain is falling out here. It's kind of making the efforts a little bit more difficult. We can also hear chainsaws going off as they try to cut down pieces of this tree and remove it. We're not told how many people are trapped inside right now. We don't know the ages. We don't know anything else, but we do know there are people trapped inside, and they are working feverishly trying to remove this tree from this house right now. Again, we're in Whispering Pines here in Fort Pierce as they try to get this tree off this house. Back to you guys.
All right, Jason Hackett covering that for us. We're going to stay on top of this story. We're going to take a quick break. We're back in a moment.
It's 5 o'clock. You need to know what's happening right now.
Keeping a close eye on the radar today.
This house behind me arrested.
The only local chopper getting you breaking news first. Steve Weagle, tracking and alerting you before the storm moves in. Local news everywhere.
Businesses evacuated and part of Blue Heron Boulevard shut down.
Leaders in Boynton Beach.
Live with the call for help.
He's extremely shaken up over the events of what happened.
WPTV News Channel 5 at 5. Local coverage you can count on.
Stanger is going green. Got $69,000 for this crash.
$235,000 for this accident.
Stanger turned this crash into $1.3 million.
If you've been injured in a car accident, how much can Stanger is going green get you?
1-800-561-1111. Non-lawyer spokespersons.
I'll ride the highway. I'm going my way. I leave a story untold.
You just keep sending more pictures.
If you're a free-range chicken, you roam free. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Tuesday, March 31st, the amazing Rooms to Go anniversary sale ends, and you don't want to miss it. So hurry in. Get incredible savings store-wide and low interest-free financing. But Tuesday, it's over. Tuesday is the last day to get amazing anniversary sale savings on Cindy Crawford Home, the new Sofia Vergara collection, TV packages, and much more. Plus, take advantage of the low interest-free monthly payments. That's now through Tuesday, March 31st, your last chance to shop the Rooms to Go anniversary sale.
For the tire selection that rules the road, get to Tire Kingdom Spring Savings Event. For a limited time, buy 4 select in-stock tires. Get $100 off instantly. Goodyear, Cooper, Continental, Yokohama, and more. Plus, get additional mail-in rebates on these top tire brands. Buy 4 tires, get $100 off instantly. Tire Kingdom Service Centers. That's all you need.
He may have discovered the secret to eternal life, intends to live forever, and the only one who wants to find him more than the FBI is Red.
Dr. Powell, let's go for a ride.
The Blacklist, all new tonight after Dateline, here on NBC. From the producers of the Bible.
We are fishermen, not fighters.
comes the epic next chapter of the greatest story ever told. AD, the Bible continues. Easter Sunday, April 5th, here on NBC.
After Joseph's car accident, the insurance company only offered him a little money.
What did Joseph do?
He called Steiger, Isco, and Green.
And we got him over $435,000.
How much can Steiger, Isco, and Green get you?
1-800-561-1111. Non-lawyer spokespersons.
Very busy afternoon, Steve Weigel.
Yeah, this is really flaring up. Some good news, though. Severe thunderstorm warnings have now been discontinued for the St. Lucie County area and also for Indian River in like the last 30 seconds. So even though it's been discontinued, gusty winds are still possible, some heavy rainfall.
Right.
And then we have reports of this tree that's fallen on this house in the Fort Pierce area, Whispering Pines.
And they say several people trapped inside.
Yes, and
Serious.
we can still expect strong winds through the afternoon. So we may see more damage like this through about 7 and 8 o'clock tonight. So that's why we issued the weather alert day for today. All right, let's take a quick look at the radar. I want to show you the areas that are really being impacted at this point as far as heavy rainfall. Lots of lightning, gusty winds to 55 and 60 miles an hour. The rains just training across the Treasure Coast. Street flooding reported in the Fort Pierce area too. This warning area has just been discontinued. There, the boxes dropped, so that has been discontinued. But that doesn't mean the rain has stopped. We still have one cell after another working in through Fort Pierce. Everything moving northeast at about 25 to 30 miles an hour. A very strong cell with the potential for some hail around Stewart. We did have reports around the Jensen Beach and Port St. Lucie area in the last hour of small, about dime-sized hail reported. And there's our warning area that has just been discontinued for Indian River County. It continues, though, for Brevard County. Back around the lake, tremendous rainfall. Rainfall rates are running about 2 to 4 inches per hour. So that could cause some localized street flooding. Here's Fort Pierce, Port St. Lucie, Jensen Beach, Rio, Sewell's Point, Palm City and Stewart, and back down through Hobe Sound. This is where we're seeing the heaviest rainfall, training storms coming in here, and that's why we're watching this area very closely for the potential for more wind damage and more street flooding through the evening hours. Tyler is also keeping an eye on things. I want to toss it over to him with the very latest from the big board. Tyler.
Hey, Steve. The National Weather Service just issued a significant weather advisory for Indian River, Okeechobee, St. Lucie, and Martin County until 6:15 this evening because these storms are going to continue to fire up and push to the north and to the east. With each cell, we have a slight risk for some lightning strikes, some gusty winds in excess of 55 miles per hour, and a slight risk for flooding too. And these storms are coming in right in time for your afternoon commute. And I want to let you know that it is illegal to use your flashers, to drive with your flashers on during these torrential downpours. The only time that you can use your hazards and drive at the same time is during emergency situations and during funeral processions. So again, you cannot turn on your flashers and drive with the flashers on during torrential downpours. Shannon.
Tyler, good reminder. Thanks. We have some other breaking news. Wow, what a day here today. A student at Glades Central High School has tested positive for tuberculosis. This press release just coming into our newsroom moments ago. It is a bacterial infection that is treatable, but it's spread in the air when you have prolonged contact with someone with it. Letters being sent home right now to those believed to have been in close contact with this student. It's recommended that those people would get a TB test. Once again, a student at Glades Central High School just coming into our newsroom has tested positive for tuberculosis. A National Guardsman arrested for supporting ISIS. This happened today. Officials say he planned an attack on a U.S. military post, or he was trying to help them do it. Here's Ann McNamara at the Now National Desk with the latest.
The FBI says the National Guardsman planned an attack on a military post in Illinois. They arrested specialist Hassan Edmonds at Chicago Midway International Airport last night. The Justice Department says the 22-year-old was trying to fly to Cairo to support ISIS. His cousin, 29-year-old Jonas Edmonds, a member of the Illinois Army National Guard, arrested at his home. Jonas Edmonds telling undercover agents the two planned to attack a military base in northern Illinois where Hassan had been training. The agents say Jonas detailed this attack. They plan to use uniforms and information to target officers. Both of them are U.S. citizens. Back to you.
Ann, thanks. We've been telling you all afternoon we have a weather alert day. News Channel 5 has issued us a weather alert day, and Steve Weigle's following some really wild weather along the Treasure Coast right now. Our Jason Hackett's in Fort Pierce, back on that scene where a tree has blown on top of a home. Jason, what can you tell us now?
Yeah,
We're here in the Whispering Pines neighborhood in Fort Pierce, and what you can see behind me over my shoulder is a very active and ongoing scene. There is a tree on top of a house here in this neighborhood. We are told by neighbors that there is a family inside. You can hear the chainsaws off in the distance as they try to cut down the pieces of this tree and remove this tree from the house. A very powerful line of storms moved through the neighborhood just a few minutes ago. Neighbors tell us that the clouds got really dark. They heard a roar, and then all of a sudden it was over. As quick as it came, it was over. And now this tree is down on this house. They brought an MRAP, one of those mine-resistant vehicles that they use in the Army. They brought one of those out here to try to remove the tree. The tool that they were using to try to remove the tree actually broke, so they're going to have to find some sort of alternative way to remove this tree from this house. Again, we're told that there are people inside. They're trying to remove the tree to get them out. We're going to remain out here as long as it takes to see what happens to make sure that these people do make it out safely. Again, we're here in the Whispering Pines neighborhood in Fort Pierce. Jason Hackett, WPTV News Channel 5.
We'll keep our fingers crossed in that rescue effort going on right now in Fort Pierce. And as Jason mentioned, our photojournalist Eric Pasquarelli, they're on scene. We're going to be rolling on that and following that story very closely for you right through the 5 o'clock hour. Meanwhile, a photo of a Vietnam memorial in Washington, D.C. has gone viral. The Now's digital producer Rachel Lado is here with what people are saying about it and why. Rachel?
Shannon, we're talking about this photo right here, captured by an amateur photographer of the Vietnam Women's Memorial. And as you can see, there are two little girls climbing on it while veterans watched, and that's what's got people talking. Now, comments on the photo are climbing towards 1,000, some suggesting a sign or rope should be added to the monument, but not everyone agrees, including Shirley Ennis, who says shouldn't need a sign or a rope around a monument. Parents should explain to their kids why it is there and show respect for sacrifices made by our service people. And Tricia Marie agrees, suggesting the parents should be slapped with a fine. But some say the photo is what our soldiers fought for, and it shows kids being kids, including Michael and Mark Cockley, who added, I mean, if a park-like setting, kids will climb on anything. Now, I shared this photo on my Facebook page around 10:30 this morning, and it did not take long for the conversation to get started. So if you have something to say about this photo, you can head over to our Facebook page, The Now South Florida. Shannon, back to you.
Rachel, thank you very much. Right now, investigators still trying to piece together that awful murder-suicide in Hudson involving three brothers. We mentioned this at the top of our newscast. We're learning a little bit more about the events leading up to a 12-year-old boy shooting and killing his 6-year-old brother and then taking his own life. Carson Chambers from The Now Tampa has more.
We're learning it was the 16-year-old victim who actually made the 911 call from inside this mobile home. And a sheriff's office sergeant who was the first one on scene, were told that he heard screaming inside and made a split-second decision to charge in.
He hears, it turns out it was actually Trevor, 16-year-old Trevor, inside screaming, "I've been shot, I've been shot."
Investigators believe 12-year-old Kevin Pinmetel shot and killed his little brother Brady, just 6 years old. Shot his older brother Trevor in the leg, then shot and killed himself. Detectives say Trevor, the survivor, is so traumatized he hasn't been able to give them a lot of information about how this all unfolded, just that he and Kevin, the shooter, had been cooking before it happened. Deputies say another brother, 18 years old, was not at home at the time, and that their single mom, Helen Campochiaro, was at work at the time.
She was a hard worker, and everything about her was about her children, and she did everything for them, and that's all she did was work and provide for them. They were her life.
Still a lot of unanswered questions about where that gun came from and how the 12-year-old got his hands on it. Investigators say the mother and the 16-year-old survivor are so traumatized they are not pushing them for answers right now. In Hudson, I'm Carson Chambers for The Now.
That'll do it for The Now South Florida. News Channel 5 at 5 begins right now. Today is a Storm Team 5 weather alert day. Right now, strong storms moving through parts of our area, causing some damage.
We have team coverage starting with Chief Meteorologist Steve Weigel tracking the radar right now. Steve.
Yeah, we issued the weather alert day earlier this afternoon because of the potential for strong storms, heavy rainfall, and lots of lightning, and it continues through at least 7 o'clock tonight. We may extend it past that if the storms hold together, which they appear to be doing. We've had 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. Those have now been canceled for the Treasure Coast, but numerous strikes are still still possible. Our tornado threat is very slight at this point. Winds, though, gusting to 55 and 60 miles an hour, and we've had several reports of wind damage around Port St. Lucie and also around Fort Pierce. Hail was reported in Port St. Lucie in the last hour and a half, and there is a flood risk on the Treasure Coast because of training storms that are working from the lake toward the coastline. Here's a look at Live Viper 5 Max, everything moving northeast at about 30 miles an hour. That flashing polygon there was a severe thunderstorm warning that has now been discontinued, but that does not mean the storms are over. Just the potential for severe weather in the next few minutes, although some of these cells are really holding together, and torrential rains being reported with rainfall rates of 2 to 4 inches per hour. Some of the heaviest around Stewart, Sewell's Point, all the way back through Sailfish and Rio and Jensen Beach, and then back toward Port St. Lucie. Also torrential downpours, which is going to cause the potential for some street flooding here. There's downtown Stewart, also an extremely strong cell that's holding together around 20 Mile Bend, just to the west now of the Loxahatchee area. This, if it holds together, will move into Jupiter Farms, Colusa, Palm Beach Country Estates in the next 15 to 20 minutes. Very quiet across coastal Palm Beach County. Nothing at this point, but computer models indicate that we will see some rain develop as we get into the early evening. Numerous reports of wind damage through Port St. Lucie, Fort Pierce this afternoon. Reports of hail and some street flooding. We want to take you up to Fort Pierce now. Jason Hackett, he's live on the scene from Whispering Pines in Fort Pierce with the latest.
Yeah, we're out here in the Whispering Pines neighborhood in Fort Pierce, where a chaotic scene took place just a few minutes ago. I'm going to step out of the way so you can take a look. Right now, rescue crews are trying to clear out this house. You can see a large tree on top of this house. Right now, they're removing debris from the inside. We were told when we originally got here that there were people inside. We were told by an official here on scene, that those people are now out of the house. We have no word on their condition as of right now, but you can see it is an absolute mess out here. They brought in one of those mine-resistant vehicles to help pull away and clear some of the debris. One of the tools that they were using actually broke in the process of them trying to move the debris. So a very, very big cleanup scene out here. A strong line of storms moved in. We're told by neighbors that the skies grew dark and they heard noises, and it was over. So it was a tornado. We don't know exactly what happened out here, but you can see the aftermath. This tree on top of this house. Fortunately, that people are out. No word on their condition as of right now, but we'll stay out here and try to gather as many details as we can, and we'll bring them to you. Back to you.
Thanks, Jason. These storms, they are coming in at a very inopportune time. And right here on our WPTV website, you can go into our interactive radar right here, and you can track these storms just like us, okay? Because these storms are coming in right in time for the afternoon commute. So this is something you want to check out. You want to go to WPTV.com, go to the weather tab, and then click full screen, just like I did right here. And you can see the storm streaming in really quickly from southwest to northeast. There's that one cell pushing through Stewart into Port St. Lucie. And by the way, all this red right here in Palm Beach County, that is a significant weather advisory, and that's going to last until 5:30. You can do a lot of cool stuff with this interactive radar. You can track the storms. You can also telestrate too, just like we do here. And that means you can draw on these storms and show where they're going. Really cool stuff. Really comes in handy during times like this, especially when you're going to head out on the roads. And hey, by the way, it's illegal to use the flashers, the hazard lights on the roads as you're driving. So do not drive with the flashers on. Back to you.
Tyler, thank you. Another great tool, especially on a day like this, is our Storm Shield app. It has up-to-the-minute alerts when some dangerous weather is in your immediate area. You can download that at WPTV.com or from the App Store. I'm Shannon Cake in the newsroom. We are following some breaking news that we first brought you in our 4 o'clock newscast. A student at Glade Central High School has tested positive for tuberculosis. Letters are being sent home today to those believed to have been in contact or close contact with this student. Tuberculosis is a bacterial infection that is treatable, but it's spread through the air when you have prolonged contact with someone who has it. The Florida Department of Health is recommending right now that those who have been in close contact with this student go ahead and get a TB test. For more information, you can call TB Control. There's a program set up at the health department. The number is, let me give it to you. It's right there on your screen, 561-803-7309. Jay?
Shannon, thank you. Right now, families of the victims of the Germanwings plane crash have arrived in the French Alps from Spain and Germany. This just hours after new developments suggest the tragedy may have been an intentional act by the jet's co-pilot. Claudio Lavanga reports from France.
Families of the victims from the Germanwings flight that crashed into the French Alps on Tuesday paid a visit on the crash site on Thursday afternoon, only a few hours after the authorities confirmed that they believed that the co-pilot deliberately flew the plane into the mountain.
The co-pilot manipulates the buttons of the flight monitoring system to affect the descent of the aircraft. The act of selecting the altitude can only be deliberate.
Now, the families were taken here to Saint-Les-Arbres, which is the town which is closest to the crash site, and they were taken to a mountain top about 2 miles from the crash site where they could see the mountain range where the plane crashed. There was a makeshift monument there. Of course, they stopped in a moment of solemn silence. You could see many of them had tears in their eyes. They were there to pay respect to their relatives, but at the same time, they knew that most likely one man, the co-pilot, a 28-year-old German first officer, did deliberately flew that plane into the mountain, taking 150 lives. Now they were taken away from the crash scene with the knowledge also that their relatives knew exactly what was happening until the last moment. The audio recordings, we understand, contains the screaming and the crying of the passengers in the background, the banging on the door of the pilot, trying to get in. The French authorities now are concentrating on the reasons behind this criminal act by the co-pilot. This is Claudio Lavanga for NBC News from Saint-Les-Arbres.
We continue to follow breaking news from New York City at this hour. Firefighters say a building on fire in New York City, and the city there has collapsed. Several people, at least 12, have been injured. Orange flames and black smoke are billowing from the 5-story building near 2nd Avenue and 7th Street, which is near New York University. There were some reports of an explosion before the fire. This area has been evacuated.
The father of the Hollywood toddler reported missing and later found dead is out on bail. He and the boy's stepmother are charged in the little boy's death. Hollywood police found the 3-year-old's body hidden in garbage bags in his father's house last week. The stepmom is charged with manslaughter and neglect. His father is also charged with neglect.
Dumped and left to die on the side of the road. Right now, the Martin County Sheriff's Office trying to figure out who left dozens of puppies in rural Martin County along Pratt Whitney Road.
News Channel 5's Brian Enton explains that some of the dumped dogs are still hiding along the road.
Many of these dogs right now just making it to the Treasure Coast Humane Society. Take a look. They are very, very friendly, but they are petrified, and not all of them are in the best of health with skin conditions, and many are even missing teeth. Let's go to the video from out along Pratt Whitney Road, where Martin County Sheriff's deputies say these dogs were found early this morning. They got a call. Someone driving by saw dogs on the side of the road. They sent deputies out there, and that's when they say they discovered this nightmare. Dozens of dogs dumped along the road. They set traps. They started catching them, and slowly they have been bringing them here to the shelter. But they say there are more out there right now, even in this weather, that they have not been able to catch so far. Listen to what the deputies told us.
It is upsetting because this is no way to treat animals, just to dump them on the side of the road.
Right now, the Martin County Sheriff's Office trying to figure out who would dump these little dogs along the road late last night or early this morning. And the Treasure Coast Humane Society is trying to find foster families. If you'd like to help foster, call them. If you have any information, call the Martin County Sheriff's Office. We'll have much more coming up at 6. In Palm City, Brian Enton, WPTV News Channel 5.
Something as simple as buying groceries is getting a lot easier in one South Florida neighborhood. News Channel 5's Charlie Keegan joins us now live from Boynton Beach to explain that. Charlie?
Kelly, you can expect to see a lot of changes here at the corner of Seacrest Boulevard and Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevards in Boynton Beach. Today, the city actually broke ground on a new Family Dollar on this empty lot across the street from me here. And they say this is the first commercial development in this neighborhood in 40 years. Myra Jones's neighborhood has changed in the 46 years since she moved in and now has streetlights and artwork. But what stands out is what's missing.
We did have some businesses in this area, but they soon left.
She says people in the heart of Boynton Beach have to take the bus or ride with family to get groceries.
And it's not necessarily that convenient for the transit system for people who want to purchase things for their families and to come back.
Soon, this empty lot will be a Family Dollar, a place Myra can walk to for milk, eggs, and meat.
It has been a long time coming.
Not everyone eager to see a big box store move into the historically African-American neighborhood.
African-American natives of Boynton Beach. We need to be in the equation. We need to be around that table when they start designing. And
Reverend Bernard Wright considers himself a community activist. He would rather see the city support locally black-owned businesses on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard.
I mean, I have no problem with a business coming in and redevelopment if we can have part in it.
Myra is focused on the future.
Our children, grandchildren, and great-great-grands.
Hoping the development brings new opportunities for the neighborhood. Now, this Family Dollar should open sometime in 2016. The city also has plans to build apartments on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, and earlier this week actually broke ground on another separate improvement and landscaping plan on the west side of Seacrest Boulevard. Live in Boynton Beach, Charlie Keegan, WPTV News Channel 5.
An aerial look at the damage from last night's tornadoes in southwest Oklahoma. A tornado touched down running a course that took it through Moore, Oklahoma. It took a similar path as that devastating one in 2013. This one, though, much weaker. A lot of people, however, lost their roofs. Thousands of people are now without power.
Severe storm warnings are in effect right now for parts of the central part of the country. This was the scene in Springfield, Missouri, as a massive hailstorm came pounding down on cars. Damaging winds are expected in areas of Missouri with the possibility of tornadoes touching down. Compromised cosmetics? Why storing your makeup improperly or keeping it too long could lead to serious health problems.
$1 billion worth of boats right here in the heart of downtown West Palm Beach. I'm Katie Johnson. Coming up, we'll give you a live look inside day one of the Palm Beach International Boat Show.
And coming up at 6, the latest on the case of the Florida 13-year-old who shot and killed his brother before killing himself.
And a live look right now at Viper 5 Max radar. We are in a weather alert day. You can see the areas getting the worst of this afternoon's storms right now. Chief Meteorologist Steve Weigel will be back in just a moment to let us know when all of this will clear out.
Slam Dunk Madness during Truck Month at Arrigo Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Johnny, can you dunk? Jimmy, I'm Johnny Basketball. Slam dunking Rams from $269 a month, sign and drive. For the lowest price and the biggest selection, you gotta go Arrigo. West Palm, Fort Pierce, Sawgrass.
Yeah, I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. I tried so hard, I can't rise above it. I don't know what it is about that little gal's loving, but I like it, I love it, I want some more of it.
We'll make you smile with our Lexus ES350 giveaway, March 28th. One free entry daily. Automatic finalists March 8th, 15th, and 22nd. Play more, be happy. That's how we roll at Isle Casino Pompano Park.
Rubenstein Law recently got a client $475,000 for injuries from a fall.
If I were you, I'd call Rubenstein Law.
I'm attorney Robert Rubenstein. Call me. I want to be your attorney.
Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
Mercedes-Benz of Palm Beach, where hospitality and friendly service is a family tradition. Right now, lease the CLA 250C for just $329 per month, the all-new GLA 250 4MATIC SUV for $369 per month, or the 2015 C300 for just $399 per month. We're proud to serve the Palm Beaches and invite you to visit Mercedes-Benz of Palm Beach.
I may be a pizza maker, but I know a few things about dessert, like chocolate and more chocolate. Introducing our new double chocolate chip brownie. It's a rich and decadent brownie, served warm for only $6.
Better ingredients, better pizza, PapaJohns.com.
The Spring Rush to Savings could be the biggest event in Schumacher history. There's up to $10,000 in savings on Chevy Silverado or lease Equinox for $159 a month. The Spring Rush to Savings, only at Schumacher.
The North Trail RV Mega Motorhome Sale. Going on now. New and used motorhomes. Gas and diesel motorhomes. Big and small motorhomes. Get the best deals of the year on America's top brands. Newmar, Thor, Tiffin, Jayco, Fleetwood, and more. Manufacturers on site with huge factory incentives. The North Trail RV Mega Motorhome Sale. Going on now. I-95 exit 23 Fort Lauderdale.
Weather on WPTV is sponsored by Earl Stewart Toyota.
And guys, a happy resolution to what was a chaotic scene out here a few minutes ago. We just spoke to the woman that was in the house that the tree landed on. She's doing okay. Rescue crews managed to pull her out of the house. She says it was like a freight train coming through. Rescue crews came to the side of her, or the front of her house, cut a hole out, and they were able to pull her out. She has no injuries. She also had a bird in the house that they were able to pull out. The name, her bird is a lovebird, and so she says that bird may have served as her lucky charm. But again, the woman that was inside of this house is out. She is doing fine. Just spoke to her a few minutes ago. The scene around here has calmed down a bit. Now neighbors are beginning the cleanup process. Back to you.
Jason, thank you. Well, it's been a busy day on day one of the Palm Beach International Boat Show.
News Channel 5's Katie Johnson is in downtown West Palm Beach with what's happening there right now. Katie.
Well, it looks like day one of the Palm Beach International Boat Show may end with a little bit of rain. The winds have just picked up here in the downtown waterfront. You can see the palm trees and these flags blowing here behind me, and out to the west we can see these gray skies moving through. Despite these threatening skies, though, we are seeing a lot of people out here. They're still checking out the boats and still checking out the vendors that make up the Palm Beach International Boat Show. And if you plan on coming out this weekend when the weather is cooler, make sure you bring your walking shoes. We've been walking around here all day long and have probably walked several miles today just going in and out of the Palm Beach International Boat Show and going throughout all the boats here in the area. Now, just to sum it up for you, there's $1 billion worth of boats here. That adds up to nearly 700 boats. You can find everything from inflatable watercrafts to a yacht called Aurora. It's the largest boat in the entire show, measuring 200 feet long. Do you want to buy it? It'll cost you $50 million. It can carry up to 30 people, including staff and crew members, and can take you all around the globe.
Like running a hotel that's moving. We just came from Istanbul before we came here, so we get around. It's a worldwide cruiser.
Now, the Aurora can travel across the Atlantic on one tank of gas. Of course, that tank carries 168 tons of fuel. And if you're wondering how much it costs to fill up the Aurora, $150,000. If that's not in your price range, coming up at 6, we'll show you how you can save money if you plan on coming out here to the Palm Beach International Boat Show. Live in downtown West Palm Beach, Katie Johnson, WPTV News Channel 5.
Watch out for road closures from the boat show. Flagler Drive between Banyan and Lakeview Avenue is one of those areas and will stay partially closed to traffic through next week. You can use Olive, Quadrille, or South Dixie as alternates. Also, Clematis by Night, which was tonight, and the Green Market scheduled for this Saturday, both have been canceled. If you want to know where you can park, we have all the information on the WPTV app.
Some news you can use for us ladies. Storing your makeup improperly or keeping it too long can lead to an infection. Tests of 19 cosmetic samples found almost 1/3 were contaminated with bacteria. Some even had a type of staph. While that can be harmless for most people, staph and strep could lead to infected hair follicles and cellulitis. Experts recommend keeping your makeup properly sealed when you're not using it and replacing your mascara at least every 3 months. All other cosmetics should be tossed out after 6 to 12 months.
Scientists discover a new genetic cause for autism. Researchers say the gene CTNND2 plays a crucial role in the body's nervous system. The team found a group of girls with severe cases of autism carried a mutation in that gene that appeared to reduce the effectiveness of a protein. They believe this could have potentially affected the girls' neurological development. Findings appear in the journal Nature.
An app called Pick My Kid hopes to solve traffic nightmares. Any driver who has to pass a school during drop-off or pickup knows what a pain that can be.
And it is frustrating. It is really frustrating. The line on the other side is so long and the drop-off is so slow.
The Pick My Kid app is technology that tracks students through a GPS geo bubble created for each school. Entrepreneur Pat Bava created the app. It's now rolling out in 185 schools right now in Fairfax County, Virginia. That's where this video is from. And the app is ready to expand into other states.
Any guesses as to which job qualifies for the most job security? A financial company, 27/7, looked at about 600 occupations with the lowest unemployment rates. The results, if you want job security, be a chiropractor. A very low unemployment rate for these professionals at just about 1%. Dentists, physician assistants, surgeons, and medical techs do quite well as also. A job in law enforcement could also guarantee job security.
Now, Storm Team 5 with South Florida's most accurate weather forecast.
All right, what a day. No severe thunderstorm warnings at this point. We could see additional ones, though. There's a cell in the central Palm Beach County area that is really holding together and has a punch. It's moving through Loxahatchee, keeping a very close eye on that. It may have some hail embedded with it, too. And we're looking at a weather alert day for South Florida. We issued this earlier today because we knew there would be the potential for strong and potentially severe storms. We certainly had some. We're going to get the potential tomorrow too, so we may have another weather alert day tomorrow. This will continue until about 7 or 8 o'clock tonight, depending on how long the storms hold together, but obviously numerous lightning strikes. We have a slight tornado risk. We've seen some wind damage during the afternoon. Port St. Lucie, also up around Fort Pierce. Hail has been reported in Port St. Lucie about 2 hours ago, and there is a slight flood risk too. Here's a look at Live Viper 5 Max. Heavy rainfall is still lingering through the Treasure Coast, but the strongest cell now is right over Loxahatchee. This one here that is moving some rainfall into the farms, Calusa, Palm Beach Country Estates, Palm Beach Gardens, almost to the Turnpike in 95 now. Times of arrival in the next few minutes, the Beeline, Calusa, PGA National, Mirasol, Old Palm, right into Old Marsh, and eventually into the Hood Road area, Evergreen, North County, pretty much in the next 15 to 20. Everything is moving at 25 miles an hour very, very quickly. So we're getting these winds coming down and hitting the ground that are approaching 55 and 60 miles an hour, and that's what's causing the damage around the Treasure Coast. These cells are weakening, though, which is good to see, and they'll continue to taper off through about 7 and 8 o'clock. But still some rain, obviously, from Fort Pierce, Lakewood Park, down through Hutchinson Island, Sewell's Point, Palm City, Stewart. Rain for at least the next hour, so drive slow. Rainfall rates have really tapered off, about 1 inch per hour, the highest amounts popping up here and there on Port St. Lucie. A little farther south into the Palm City and the Florida Club, Lost Lake, we have these quick-moving cells that we'll have to watch closely. So definitely a busy night on the radar. South County, from really West Palm south into Delray and Boca, has not seen anything, but there is still the chance for some rain and some storms through about 7 and 8 o'clock tonight. Tomorrow morning looks quiet, some sunshine, and look at this, more showers and storms working in on Friday afternoon and evening before our front arrives on Saturday. That'll clear things out nicely. So tonight, 71, thunderstorms ending, gusty winds still possible through the early evening. 88 tomorrow. Starting off sunny, rain and thunderstorms on the way. Southwest winds tomorrow, 25 miles an hour, and some strong, potentially severe storms on the way. 7-day forecast, Saturday and Sunday, a complete turnaround, low to mid 70s and lots of sunshine working in. We'll keep you up to date on watching that cell, especially the one moving through Loxahatchee in toward Jupiter Farms. That has a punch to it, so we'll keep you up to date on that one, and of course the lingering storms on the Treasure Coast.
Steve, thank you. Hundreds of people gathered in the neighborhood to see something there's a good chance not many others ever have.
Plus, it is a way to lower your car insurance bill, but to do it takes a big step in your personal life. All that coming up new at 5:30.
Closed captioning on WPTV is sponsored by Bethesda Health.
Discover your true colors during Calico Corner's spring sale while savings are in full bloom. Save up to 50% store-wide on all fabrics, furniture, trim, hardware, accessories, and Hunter Douglas window treatments. Sale ends Saturday.
Game on! It's madness at Napleton's Palm Beach Acura, where $995 down lets you drive home a winner in a new 2015 Acura MDX $349 a month lease. Score big with $995 down on a new 2015 Acura RDX $259 a month lease. Or $995 down on the exciting game changer, the new 2016 Acura ILX $199 a month lease. At Napleton's Palm Beach Acura, just west of the Florida Turnpike, second to none since 1931.
At the Press Journal, we cover local with the largest news operation in Indian River County. Stories affecting your life right now and those shaping your future for tomorrow. Our award-winning investigative staff covers breaking news and tackles the hard issues as well. The environment, education, crime, and politics. The Press Journal and tcpalm.com. We cover your backyard every day. In print and online, where you live, work, and play.
This is a notice to the public. Stop wherever you are and get to Greco Mazda in North Palm Beach and Delray Beach for the biggest grand opening celebrations ever. Greco will do whatever it takes to be the #1 Mazda stores in the world. Shop our special allocation from the factory. Over 600 Mazdas. Get a Mazda 6 or CX-5, your choice, $169 a month with 0 down. Yes, 0 down. Greco Mazda has you covered from north to south.
I'm Mike Greco. I'll save you thousands. I guarantee it.
Again? Health warnings from polluted runoff. Our beaches and rivers threatened. 75% of us voted to amend the Constitution and protect the Everglades. Now there's a binding contract to buy land south of Lake Okeechobee to provide clean drinking water for the Treasure Coast. Buy the land. Save our drinking water. Time is running out. A message brought to you by the Everglades Trust.
In commodities, rawhide bones are up, while pig ears traded even for the day. Celebrating best deal days.
Lease a new Forester for $169 a month at Schumacher Subaru.
Schumacher Subaru. Come join the family.
Hundreds of people gathered in a neighborhood in Tracy, California to see a bear stuck up in a tree. Onlookers had their cell phones ready as the bear climbed higher and higher and higher. The bear received 3 tranquilizer shots and then fell, but don't worry, I know it hit some branches, but eventually it did land on that heavy canvas that firefighters were holding. So bear's down, tranquilized, all's good. Kelly, thanks. I'm Shannon Cake in the newsroom. Coming up all new at 5:30 tonight, we're going to have the very latest on that building explosion in New York City. Reports indicating this building is collapsing. Injuries have been reported. More than 100 firefighters right there on scene. Plus, we are under a weather alert day. We're going to show you where the heaviest rain has fallen so far and where it's heading next. And we're also going to have the very latest on that 13-year-old Florida boy who sadly shot and killed his 6-year-old brother. Detectives now say it may not have started with an argument over food at all. These stories and more when I join Jay at 5:30.
Business Report on WPTV is sponsored by your local Toyota dealers.
It's the One for Everyone sales event this month at Edmore's Delray Toyota, and this is the one you can't afford to miss. Buy a Camry for $13,988 or lease a new 2015 Camry LE for only $89 a month. Visit DelrayToyota.com.
I may be a pizza maker, but I know a few things about dessert, like chocolate and more chocolate. Introducing our new double chocolate chip brownie. It's a rich and decadent brownie, served warm for only $6.
Better ingredients, better pizza. PapaJohns.com. If you're texting while driving, you may as well be driving with a blindfold on. Texting while driving is dangerous. Let's get that message out. The attorneys of Cersei Denny, taking time to care.
It's Slam Dunk Madness during the award season event at a Regal Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Johnny, can you dunk? Yep, I'm slam dunking Dodges up to $10,000 off MSRP. New Jeeps up to $12,000 off MSRP. And Chrysler's up to $13,000 off. Plus, so Regal beats any advertised price by $500 or pays you $1,000. What about credit? Our banks want to say, yes, you're approved. Looks like I'm Johnny Basketball, bro. I don't think so, bro. You gotta go to Regal. West Palm, Fort Pierce, Sawgrass.
During the Rooms to Go anniversary sale, you can design your own custom iSofa, get it in just 3 days, and finance for as little as $12 a month interest-free. Just choose your style from our great selection of modern sofas, then choose your ideal color, pick your perfect pillows, and buy it online instantly or at a Rooms to Go store for as little as $12 a month interest-free. The anniversary iSofa at Rooms to Go. We make it easy. You make it your own.
Experience the excitement, the love, the rhythm, the rebellion, the passion, and the music of Memphis. Memphis, it lives in you.
At the Kravis Center, Tuesday, April 7th through Sunday, April 12th. For tickets, visit our official website, kravis.org, or call 561-832-SHOW.
The one you want at the price you want is at Edmore's Delray Toyota during the One for Everyone sales event. Sign and drive a new 2015 RAV4. Lease for $239 a month, 0 down, or buy for $21,488. Visit DelrayToyota.com.
We are following two major stories right now out of New York City. First of all, multiple injuries being reported in that explosion in a building in the East Village.
Plus, a woman rescued on the Treasure Coast after a tree falls on her house. And some parts of our area are being hit by heavy rain and strong winds. This is why we declared this a weather alert day.
That's right. The radar busy, and there are reports of flooding and power outages, too. Let's go to Storm Team 5 Chief Meteorologist Steve Weigel. Steve.
And numerous reports of wind damage across the Treasure Coast, Port St. Lucie, and Fort Pierce. And the storms are starting to backbuild down into Palm Beach County now. We have a very strong storm that is moving through Loxahatchee into toward Jupiter Farms and Palm Beach Gardens. Here's a breakdown. We issued the weather alert day earlier this afternoon simply because we knew the weather was going to be like this today. A bumpy ride, to say the least. We've had numerous reports, as I said, of wind damage, winds of 55 and 60 miles an hour. A tornado risk is slight today. Lightning, hundreds of lightning strikes with an earlier storm through Stewart and Port St. Lucie, and we've had some reports of street flooding too. Here's a look at live Viper 5 Max, and everything is moving northeast at 25 miles an hour. The strongest storm, and this one packs some winds, is moving through Loxahatchee and the acreage, just very close to Ibis now, with dozens of lightning strikes, gusty winds to 55 miles an hour possible. And you know where this is headed: North County, Jupiter, the Gardens, Jupiter Farms, Calusa, Palm Beach Country Estates. Times of arrival in the next few minutes with our storm tracker in the next 5 to 10 minutes. In fact, some of the rain has already started through the Gardens and the farms, but the real core of this cell is holding together, and it's going to take another 10 to 15 minutes before it arrives to the coast. So areas like Shady Lakes, Ballin Isles, PGA National, back through the Gardens Mall, Lost Lake, and other areas on the Treasure Coast also seeing some rainfall and more moving through the Treasure Coast right now. A busy afternoon. The one area that has not seen significant rain, well, that would be South County, all the way from West Palm, essentially, down through Boynton, Delray, and Boca. That area, we are expecting some rainfall to develop as we get into the evening hours. There's a look at it. Very quiet at this point. The models do indicate rain on the way. We'll keep you up to date on that. And, of course, if there's any more severe weather, we'll break in and let you know immediately.
Steve, thank you. Storm Team 5's Tyler Malden following the storm on social media. And Tyler, what types of pictures do you have coming in?
We're receiving all kinds of pictures, Jay, and some really cool pictures too. For instance, this one, this is kind of the calm before the storm. You can see the waters out here, looks really pretty, but then you got the dark skies. You know something's on the way, and eventually, yeah, we do have those storms coming. And you know, right here with this picture right here, this was sent in by Michael. The storm is definitely on its way. Look at that little appendage right there. That's the indication that some severe weather is heading your way. If you ever see that, you definitely need to run inside. I have a couple of more here. This was sent in by our Facebook friend, Carl Luckyman. This was taken from his apartment. You can see the blinding showers, the winds here too. The trees are just whipping back and forth. And eventually, this is what you don't want to see. This was taken from Whispering Pines in the neighborhood of Fort Pierce, where strong storms came through and took down a tree. This is the stuff that you don't want to see. If you do have some pictures for us and you can safely take some pictures of these storms, send them to us. You can post them on our Facebook page, tweet them to us, or go to yourreport@WPTV.com. Jay.
Tyler, thank you. On days like today, our Storm Shield app can be a great tool for you. It has up-to-the-minute alerts when dangerous weather is in our area. You can download it at WPTV.com or from the App Store.
I'm Kelly Dunn with the latest on the building explosion in New York City. The New York City Fire Department is saying it appears that there was some kind of gas explosion before the building collapsed. This is in New York's East Village section. There are reports of multiple injuries, with 3 people rushed to hospitals in critical condition. One witness said there was a loud boom, then the fire just engulfed the building. More than 225 firefighters and emergency rescue workers are there on the scene. That's it for now. We'll bring you more updates throughout the hour. Back to you. Kelly, thanks. France formally asking the FBI to join in that investigation of what is being called now a mass murder with the Germanwings plane that crashed Tuesday, killing all people, 150 on board. In fact, a French prosecutor today said that the co-pilot deliberately locked the pilot out of the cockpit and then crashed that plane into the French Alps. French authorities say there is no known tie between the co-pilot and any terrorist group. Our News Channel 5's Tanya Rogers talked to a local pilot who said this could lead to changes in security procedures inside the cockpit.
Very, very sad. It's hard to understand how a professional pilot could get to that point.
George Luaces, a pilot for 20 years, flies a 737 out of Miami. He's surprised by the reports that a co-pilot intentionally crashed a Germanwings plane in the French Alps.
At the same time, certainly very sad for the families and those other victims involved.
Before the crash, authorities say the co-pilot locked the captain out of the cockpit.
There's not a protocol that I've read that requires someone else to be in there.
But U.S. airlines mandate that there are always 2 people in the cockpit. But with this week's crash, Luaces says airlines around the world will look more closely at their security procedures.
I would almost guarantee they'll look at that for sure. At some point, entertain that change of policy.
Tanya Rogers, WPTV News Channel 5.
Detectives on Florida's West Coast are trying to determine what led to a 13-year-old shooting and killing his 6-year-old brother, and then wounding his 16-year-old brother, and then killing himself. It all happened last night in Hudson. This is in Pasco County on the West Coast. Detectives originally thought that this started with an argument over food. Now they are saying the boys were preparing food. They were just preparing it when the shooting began. They say they are trying to get a little more information from that brother who was wounded but survived. He, though, is unable to talk about it.
When our detectives were talking to Trevor, his heart rate actually would go to 185. And that is, anybody knows medically, that is extremely dangerous. He's grieving right now. He is being fully cooperative. But at the same time, think of this, a 16-year-old boy witnessing what he just went through. We're not going to push him to get the answers right now.
Deputies say there is also an 18-year-old brother in this family. He was not at home at the time. They say that the boy's mother is a single mom and she works 2 jobs to keep the family afloat.
A West Palm Beach man won't be getting out of jail after police say he carjacked his ex-girlfriend. Jason Watson faced a judge today. Detectives say he held his ex at gunpoint and forced her and her 2 children into a car. According to police reports, Watson pistol whipped his ex and even fired the gun. The woman was able to run away and call 911.
He shows up to my house, he shows up to my job, he threatens me, he threatens my family. He does have a weapon. The day he did this to me, the police, they found the shell casings at the scene.
I think this is a misunderstanding. This has been an ongoing relationship.
Prosecutors say the victim and suspect already have a no-contact order because of a domestic battery charge. A Boca Raton man charged with having child porn is behind bars on a $75,000 bond. The South Florida Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force investigated Brian Jackson. Officers say his IP address was tracked online downloading child porn. According to police reports, Jackson admitted to downloading it out of, quote, curiosity. Police need your help identifying this man. They say he robbed a BB&T bank in Martin County yesterday. Martin County Sheriff's deputies say he walked into the bank on US 1 and Southeast Salerno Road. He handed a teller a note saying, "Give me the money or I'll shoot you." Investigators aren't saying how much money he got away with.
You may have noticed that Florida is getting a lot more crowded. New Census Bureau figures show that the state now has almost 20 million people living here. It's pushed past New York and become the 3rd most populated state in the entire country. That trails only California and Texas now. Now, with this map, we're going to show you the breakout of how our area has grown. We're going to take a look at Palm Beach County. Oh, Rachel, an unexpected error occurred. Let's see if I can pop up Palm Beach County and see what can happen here. All right, it's not cooperating. No surprise. I was anticipating this, so I have my numbers ready to go. Palm Beach County basically added almost 22,000 people in the last 4 years. That's an increase of 5.5%. Martin County added almost 6,500 residents since 2010 for a 4.5% increase. Same with St. Lucie County, by the way, grew almost 13,000 residents. You can come back to me, Rob. I don't think we're going to see anything. Oh, we do have the Palm Beach County application here. Indian River County grew by almost 5%. That's an additional 6,500 residents. The only county, in fact, in our area that didn't grow during this time period is Okeechobee County. We actually saw a decrease there by 2.2%. Jay?
All right, Shannon, thank you. Well, this is looking to be a record-setting year for vacations on cruise ships. AAA is predicting 23 million passengers will be taking cruises this year. That's an increase of 4% over last year. According to its survey, the top 5 reasons people like cruising: visiting various destinations. That is the top reason among 70% of those questioned. 59% said because a cruise is all-inclusive. Another 53% said it's because of the unlimited food. 51% said they liked the sailing. And 48% said because of all the entertainment. Now, when it comes to the top 5 cruise destinations, the Caribbean tops the list, followed by the Bahamas and Bermuda. That's followed by Alaska, the Mediterranean, and Hawaii.
When it comes to vacations, Jay, it seems Americans are still having a pretty hard time getting away. A survey by Alamo Rent-A-Car found that 4 in 10 Americans didn't use all of their paid vacation days last year. When asked why, 47% said they were too busy at work to take time off. Half of those surveyed said they don't unplug while they're on vacation, while 1 in 4 reported that they work every single day on their vacations.
We all need to slow down.
Absolutely. Take a break, recharge.
That's right. Coming up, why 3rd graders may not stay back even if they fail a statewide exam.
Plus, the insurance industry says you can lower your car bill, but you have to make one big change. Take a step. What is it? We're going to tell you coming up.
And for breaking news and traffic alerts, make sure you download the WPTV mobile app, keeping you up to date and up to the minute on news that matters to you, like today's storms.
And we're tracking those storms right here on Viper 5 Max Radar. Back in a moment.
This is in everything we do. Every morning, this is local news everywhere. Mornings on WPTV News Channel 5.
Get in it to win it during the Toyota's One for Everyone sales event at Best Mid Toyota. Corollas, 10% off. Camrys, 15% off. Plus, they're backed by our lifetime warranty. Don't miss the One for Everyone sales event on now at Best Mid Toyota.
The North Trail RV Mega Motorhome Sale. Going on now. New and used motorhomes. Gas and diesel motorhomes. Big and small motorhomes. Get the best deals of the year on America's top brands. Newmar, Thor, Tiffin, Jayco, Fleetwood, and more. Manufacturers on site with huge factory incentives. The North Trail RV Mega Motorhome Sale. Going on now. I-95 exit 23 Fort Lauderdale.
Welcome to AutoNation.com. With AutoNation Express, you can get an actual car with a real price in just 5 easy steps. 1. Shop nearly 100,000 vehicles. 2. Lock in your price on the actual car. 3. Go reserve it here. 4. Visit your AutoNation showroom. 5. Drive it home. Thanks to AutoNation Express, save time, save hassle, save money. People paid less at AutoNation.
You deserve nothing less than the best. You deserve Mercedes-Benz of Delray, where you get the best for less than you'd expect. Like a new Mercedes-Benz CLA 250 for $299 a month. Or a new 2015 Mercedes-Benz C300 Sports Sedan, $399 a month. Only at Mercedes-Benz of Delray. Get the best for less than you'd expect. MercedesFLA.com.
Again? Health warnings from polluted runoff. Our beaches and rivers threatened. 75% of us voted to amend the Constitution and protect the Everglades. Now there's a binding contract to buy land south of Lake Okeechobee to provide clean drinking water for the Treasure Coast. Buy the land. Save our drinking water. Time is running out. A message brought to you by the Everglades Trust.
Get to Bev Smith Toyota today and get 15% off the all-new, completely redesigned 2015 Camry. That's right. Get 15% off any new Camry in stock at Bev Smith Toyota. Plus, they're all backed by our lifetime warranty at Bev Smith Toyota.
Want to stay on top of storm damage from today. News Channel 5's Jason Hackett in Fort Pierce. That area is suffering some of the worst damage today. Jason.
Yeah, we're here at the Whispering Pines neighborhood in Fort Pierce, and there's widespread damage, minor damage all over the place. But what you're seeing behind me is the most significant damage of it all. A tree landed on top of a house here. A woman was inside, trapped with her bird. We arrived to find the tree down on the house, rescue crews, fire trucks, even an MRAP, one of those mine-resistant vehicles they use in the Army. All those were brought out to help remove the woman from inside of the house. One of the tools that they were actually using to help remove the woman initially broke, so they had to find another way to get inside the house. Eventually, they were able to clear a path, get the woman out. She was safe. She was fine. No injuries. We actually spoke to her just a few minutes ago. They were able to get her and her bird out safe. She said her bird was a love bird, and she says maybe that bird was a lucky charm. Right now, she's going to stay with family until the damage can be cleaned up here at the house. Again, quite a chaotic scene earlier today, but it all turned out fine. The woman is okay, staying with family right now. And now neighbors here are left to clean up the damage, not just here, but at the entire complex. There are trees down. There are branches everywhere. Some doors are blown off. So a lot of damage out here. But again, the woman that was trapped in this house, she's doing okay. Back to you guys.
Jason, thanks. Covering Florida now, news about school testing. A new proposal could mean that your child could go on to the next grade, even if he or she fails a state exam. This move to stop holding back third graders who don't pass standardized tests is working its way through the Florida Senate at the moment. It all comes as the controversy continues over the state's testing system that a lot of lawmakers now say is excessive. The state legislature is considering bills that would roll back some testing requirements. Tell us what you think about Common Core and standardized testing. Think they should be used to hold kids back a grade? You can join the conversation. It's going on right now on our WPTV Facebook page.
Universal Studios in Orlando testing out metal detectors before you get on rides. They started yesterday on the Hollywood Rip Ride rocket roller coaster. They're not looking for weapons as much as they're looking for things like keys and phones. Visitors have been encouraged to put those items, those valuables, in lockers for a while. However, not everyone is listening.
It is one of those Florida spring break things. What would bring a hotel of spring breakers all to the balconies at this very same time? Coming up.
Plus, a local lacrosse goalie considered the best in the state. But that's only half the story. Her biggest fight is off the field.
Strong storms moving across the area. More on the way this evening. I'll have your forecast right into the weekend and our next cold front coming up.
Women of Vision, National Geographic Photographers on Assignment, is now open at the Palm Beach Photographic Center in West Palm Beach. See this free national touring exhibit before it's gone. For full details, call or click today. Sponsored by PNC.
At Best Smith Kia, you get big savings on our huge selection of over 1,000 Kias. Savings as far as the eye can see. They go on and on and on and on.
We'll have you smiling again. Ferber Dental Group.
If you're having concerns with your teeth and have stayed away from the dentist, let me tell you, dentistry has changed for the better. At the Ferber Dental Group, we specialize in providing hope and comfort to every mouth. We can get you pain-free and eating the foods you love. We take care of the most advanced dental needs, and with our affordable fees and payment plans, we'll have you smiling again.
Mention NBC for a special offer.
In life, we all travel different roads to get where we're going. At Vista BMW in Coconut Creek and Vista BMW in Pompano Beach, we'll get you there in style with the world-class service you've come to expect from the area's premier BMW dealer. Lease a new 528i just $397 a month and pay nothing out of pocket for maintenance. Own the road you're on. Vista BMW in Coconut Creek and Pompano Beach, where luxury meets value.
Hi, I'm Chris Anders, owner of Palm Beach Boat Club, and I've been boating in South Florida for over 30 years. The best times have always been on the water with my family. These days, it's even easier to own the boating lifestyle without the hassles. Pick out the boat you want, choose a time, and the boat will be ready and waiting. Palm Beach Boat Club is the largest boat club in the U.S. with a fleet of over 70 boats. And we now do stand-up paddleboard sales and rentals. Stop by or go online today.
And on. Plus, they're backed by our low price or its free guarantee. And free tires and batteries for life. Savings as far as the eye can see. At Beth Smith Kia, saving you the most on the Treasure Coast.
Women of Vision, National Geographic Photographers on Assignment, is now open at the Palm Beach Photographic Center in West Palm Beach. See this free national touring exhibit before it's gone. For full details, call or click today. Sponsored by PNC.
Catch your News Channel 5 updates throughout the day on News Radio WJNO.
Weather alert day coverage here, and the storms that have moved through have caused a lot of damage in the area. One in particular at a car lot in Fort Pierce. Our News Channel 5's Brian Inton just arrived there on scene.
We are along US 1 in Fort Pierce where this wicked weather and strong winds have moved through. Take a look at this Honda dealership sign, completely torn apart by the wind. We've got flooding out here along the roads. You see US 1 is really a bit of a traffic nightmare. It took us forever to get here. And you see the grass area over here flooded. But the main issue has been the wind. Take one more look at the sign here and we see another couple of flags that were literally destroyed when these strong winds moved through. You want to avoid US 1 in Fort Pierce, again bumper to bumper, and the rain continues to fall out here. In Fort Pierce, Brian Enton, WPTV News Channel 5.
Brian, thank you. The insurance industry has a little advice on how to save money when insuring your car. Get married. A new study by InsuranceQuotes.com finding marital status, gender, and age significantly affect how much Americans pay for car insurance, and getting married young can save you a lot. We don't advise that that's the reason you get married, but anyway, the study found that a married 20-year-old pays 21% less than a single 20-year-old for the exact same policy. At age 25, the average savings for a married person drops to 7% and drops to around 2% at the age of 30 and older. As for gender, a 20-year-old man pays more than a 20-year-old woman for the exact same policy, but from the ages of 30 to 55, average premiums are actually slightly lower for men.
It is Florida, it is spring break, and let's face it, unusual things happen. Case in point, look what a Panama Beach City Hotel is doing to wake up spring breakers. The Holiday Inn blasts the Circle of Life song from The Lion King to wake all of these students up. It works. The spring breakers walk out on their balconies, as you can see, to see what's going on. And by the way, the wake-up call, the time is 11 a.m. One person out for an early morning swim there even raised his arms in celebration of the song playing over the outdoor speakers, probably pulling an all-nighter. The yearly break from school for college students brings hundreds to the vacation destination each year.
Now, Storm Team 5 with South Florida's most accurate weather forecast.
Well, what a weather day, and of course a weather alert day. We issued it earlier this afternoon because we felt this was going to be a significant day as far as rainfall and strong winds.